You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dini Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, what is going on? And welcome to another awesome episode of Vigilantes Radio. I'm your host, dini-mussolini, and right now there's over 28,000 of you guys on our phone lines, in our chat room, Google Hangouts, using Skype, using the browser, using all of the plugins that I use to run these live episodes. You guys are filling them up, and I appreciate that greatly. We have a very special guest, so you definitely want to stick around for that. You know, it's easier to think that you've missed a big opportunity than it is to take advantage of that opportunity. It's easier to think that you've done all you can than it is to make just a little more effort. It's easier to think that you know all the answers than it is to learn something new. And you know it's easier to think that things want to get any better than it is to put forth the effort to make them better. It's easier to think than it is to do, and way too many people choose the easy way out. But not you, no, not you. You know better. You know there is plenty of opportunity, if only you will work for it. You know that just a little bit more effort can make the difference between a fortune and a failure. You know that the smartest people are those who have the most to learn. You know that the things will get better when you are committed to making them better. You know how life works. You know what you want. You know you can do it. Sure, it's easy to think that you can or you want, but you know what to do. Oh, you know, and you will. Today will be a good place right now to start. Yeah, today will be better, don't you think? Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or Inside the Book, Inside the Business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos, crystalline, or starseeds, or for my Vigilantes audience family, and 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award-winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens, or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com, and that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together Yes, together we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/onlyonemediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes Store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we ever aired.
All right, guys. By now, you have guessed who our special guest is. And if you're correct, I will send you a hot dog in the mail. How's that, right? No pork, beef dogs, hot dogs. That's a great prize, I think. Like, I would be super happy if someone sent me a hot dog in the mail. Would I eat it? Probably not. There's no telling where that hot dog came from, but still, the sentiments would mean so much to me. Anyway, our special guest today is Cozmic, a Venice Beach and New York-based artist. He will be my special guest. Yeah, he will, to talk about all things music. So you gotta love that part. So let's take a second or two at the beginning to bring him on and let him introduce himself to my Vigilantes Radio family, or as I like to call you guys, my hooligans. So I guess let's dive deep. Cozmic, you're now live in the midst of all of us. How's it going?
Great to connect with y'all. Good to meet y'all, hooligans, and happy to be here chatting with Dini and the crew.
Yeah, how are you feeling, man?
Excellent, man. I'm really excited to be on the show. Love the show, and you guys are bringing to the surface some really cool material, and different artists that don't always get a voice, and then some that do. But I just like your curation, and just to be a part of this feels fantastic.
Thank you so much, man. I feel like I should send you a hot dog. I mean, thank you is not enough. A hot
well,
dog
I am vegan, but it's all good. You can send me a veggie dog.
Yeah, me too.
Right on.
But I think I'm going to be switching up this fall. Maybe going to pescatarian.
Cool. Yeah. Whatever works. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, the vegan lifestyle, I enjoyed it. It worked for me, but I think it's becoming more of a fad now and a trend. And I was being a rebel,
Yeah, I was doing it before it's trendy, so I guess I can still stick with it.
Same here. I was too, man. Like, we fought the fight.
Right on.
I mean, the fight for all these other new age vegans. That's the cool thing to be a vegan. Okay.
I know. Totally.
Okay. Welcome, man. So, tell us.
Thank you.
As direct as you can, what is it that you're looking to express through your music?
That's a tough one because there's so many different things, but I would say the human experience, especially the young adult, and stuff that I'm going through now, stuff that I went through in high school and college, especially those periods and currently. Which is a mixture. It's ups, it's downs, it's light and playful and fun at times, it's serious and heavy and deep at times. It's a full spectrum. So if you hear, a collection of my music, and when I actually put out a full album at some point, it will be quite a cornucopia of different experiences, emotions that someone goes through in a particular experience, in a life experience. And I like to put a little twist on stuff. So it is pop music. It is accessible. It's stuff that, people from all ages can relate to. But I like to put a little spin on things that, so it's not exactly what's been done before. And I think that's something I make an effort to do.
I get it. Like, the music is, I don't know what the word is, but upbeat, poppy, but you're singing about feelings and experiences.
Yeah,
yeah,
man, totally. So even like the song that I think you guys heard, "I Can Be the One," it's it's got it's very catchy. It has kind of a very hooky chorus and gets stuck in your head, and at the same time, the song it's a little different. It's like the exact topic hasn't been addressed, at least in a while, and it's about a guy and he's in love with someone, and all his friends are telling him, "Yo, man, don't go for her. She's a player. She's screwed over all these guys," and that kind of thing. But he sees another side of her that, or it could be flipped the other way. You could see it the other way. It could be a guy, the girl perspective, but either way, or it could be, two people of the same sex. It doesn't really matter. But the main point is there's a person who, is misunderstood to some degree, and this person is acting out in a certain way, and it's not necessarily just on the surface. Like there's something more to it, and he sees that deeper side to her, that maybe she's misunderstood, and there's also like another type of person beyond that, and so he's kind of following that and not just the herd and what people are telling him. So it's about kind of empowerment and making your own decisions, and then for the person who's being misrepresented is like, to be able to just be yourself and kind of, find that person that understands you, that you can actually be yourself.
Yeah. And I want to come back to that thought in a minute.
Sure.
But also I want to ask you about like the courage. What gives you the courage to, I don't know, open up these experiences for total strangers, listeners, welcome them into your world?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it takes a lot of courage. I think to put yourself out there in general, to share things that you've experienced or you've seen firsthand, or even have come to you in a mysterious space, through the muse or whatever, just getting some inspiration and having the guts to, write the song, record it, pour your heart into the performance, pour your time and energy and resources into it, and then actually share it with the world. It definitely takes a lot of courage. I think for me, I started playing music when I was 15, and it's just something that I've always loved. Even before that, I actually started around 14, started taking voice lessons. And for me, it's just been, I didn't really think I've had a choice. I've gone in ebbs and flows where I've done more of it and put more stuff out, and then I've gone to periods of hibernation. Now I'm in this space where I'm kind of like, no more hibernating for me. I mean, I might go into a cave just to write, but I'm going to continue to keep putting out music, and it's because I have no choice. And it just feels like a calling from within that, whatever happens with it, if it's millions and millions of people listening to it, that's great. I get to share with more people and have more friends. And if it's, a few thousand or whatever, that's fine too, but I'm going to keep sharing and expressing because I really don't have a choice. It's just such a deep, deep part of me at this point in my life where whether I'm scared or I'm totally balls to the wall at the moment, I have to put it out, and I have to create and have to share.
Yeah. What will happen if you don't? Like, will you implode?
I do a little bit. Yeah, I do. So it's kind of like almost like a meditation practice for me with writing music and sharing music. Like if I don't do it for a while, or if I don't sing for a while or whatever, it does affect me and my state of being. It just feels like there's something missing, like there's a hole.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of just such a part of me now. It's like taking a shower, brushing my teeth. Like I have to do something related to music daily, whether it's just practicing for a few hours, writing a new song, putting something out there, kind of connecting with fans and friends, something related to it. I do daily. It's basically my job and my life's work.
Most definitely. Yeah. And those are all important things, like the brushing of the teeth and showering the body. I could see the need for that. Cozmic, man, like when we listen to your music, man, what do you want us to feel as listeners? Like, where do you hope it takes us in our minds?
I hope it takes you to a place of feeling and inspiration. So again, whether it's a happy song or a more emotive song that's tapping into some emotion when you're down, either way, I want you to feel alive and human. And I think we spend so much time nowadays numbing ourselves, you know, and escaping our feelings to some degree with, you know, just constantly being on email and text and social media, whatever else. And I think I would love for people to just, like, when they're listening, really listen and really feel and sing along if they want to, or read the lyrics, you know, old school style. And, you know, just kind of feel into it and feel alive. And if it can help someone, you know, process some emotion they're going through, or put a smile on your face, or uplift your day in some way, that's when I feel like I'm doing my job.
Right. Okay. And the name itself, Cozmic, what's the story behind that?
Yeah, so Cozmic is cosmic. You know, it's otherworldly to some degree. It encompasses, like, the cosmos and the universe, and it's big, and it's explosive, and it's energetic, and it's colorful, and it just expresses what I'm doing, you know, in a lot of different ways.
Okay. So the question that has been burning a hole in my pocket, I had to tuck it away, but and, like, the perfect example that comes to mind is Andre 3000's Hey Ya.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, when the song came out, you know, I'm shaking it like a Polaroid picture. Wait, don't get that image in your head. What I was doing was strutting my stuff. Yeah. Not the shaking of the Polaroid. No, I don't do that. But anyway, like, there was a clever, you know, story embedded in that song. Like, you know, about failed relationships, you know, watching mom and dad have a successful one and wondering why, you know, why can't I get it right, you know? And maybe it's just my ego wanting to be such and such to just, you know, get to the nitty-gritty of sometimes what a boy or a girl really wants out of a relationship. So given that that's an example, and, you know, I guess it's easier to go along with the scream of the mainstream, if you get what I'm saying, and make things, you know, poppy, trendy, or whatever, but still tell your story cleverly, hitting within the rhythms of, you know, these sonic adventures. How is it so easy for you to do that?
Yeah, you know, I think it's a mixture of my background musically, too. I think that has something to do with it, because I started out more indie, I would say. Most of my bands and projects, you know, starting when I was in my teens, you know, last 10 years plus, it's been, they've been more like indie rock, indie pop, indie hip-hop projects, different things that I've experimented with. And I think having that indie background, but still also being into pop, like, you know, for most of my music in the past, up until, like, the last 3-4 years, it was more indie, although I listened to a lot of pop as well. And so when I did this project, I think my indie influences came in, and at the same time, you know, balancing that fine line. And I think with the indie background, it was always like, I want to tell a story, I want to paint a picture, I want things to be, like, somewhat metaphorical, I want it to have a little more depth, you know, and have some kind of more meaning to it. And again, pop music does and can have meaning, but sometimes it gets a bad rap for not having it, and some of it doesn't, and that's fine too. They all have a place. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but for what I want to do, like, I've been trying to strike that balance between the two, and so I think that's part of it. And then for me, the music that I love, you know, I love a lot, and a lot of it that I love is that kind of music that will have some little twist, you know, like the Hey Ya's, like the stuff you brought up, that it may sound really catchy and fun, but then when you read the lyrics, it's like, no, actually there's something else going on there that's, like, a little more depth than you would have realized. You know, I love Prince, I love Stevie Wonder, like some of the old stuff, even Justin Timberlake, you know, grew up listening to a lot of that. And, you know, there's some depth in those songs. They're not just, you know, manufacturing a pop song. There's, like, it's a pop song, but there's a life experience there, whether it was their own or their co-writers or something they saw, but there's some real experience there, and it comes through in the authenticity. So I think that helped me, and I never feel satisfied if the song feels too on the surface or too generic, you know. And it's a wrestling match, you know. You want to find something that people can also relate to, and newer pop music too. You know, if you get too metaphorical and too deep at times, like, you know, some of the people don't relate to as much. So it's always finding this balancing act.
Yeah. I get it. So, like, from concept to recording to productions, did the song "Can I Be the One" change throughout the recording process? Like, how many versions are there before we get the final version that we have now?
It's gone through a few different production processes, actually. Yeah. It started out very raw, and the original track is completely different than the one we put out, actually. The one we put out is actually technically a remix, and then I turned it into the original. So it's gone through a lot of different iterations and a couple different producers that I worked with on it. The first one's great. I just felt like it needed some extra something, and so then I brought this other person on, Guy Furious, who's a British producer who lives in New York, and he's done some really cool stuff. He's worked with Far East Movement and Pussycat Dolls and Zayn and a bunch of interesting things. And he's just really talented. He likes to do things that are a little unconventional, you know, with his sounds. He spends a lot of time on sound design. I sat with him in the studio in New York for hours on end, and we just fine-tune little things to make it sound, you know, dial it in exactly how we wanted. You know, worked on the guitar, worked on the bass, the drums, everything, and wanted to do something that had like a nod to trap, you know, and brought in a little bit of that trap influence, and a little bit of 90s R&B influence, like an Usher influence, and then still being kind of current at the same time. And so that was like a kind of creative challenge. And I feel like we did it. I feel like it's a nice, you know, mix of kind of like a little throwback to the 90s, both from the theme and some of the parts, and then still like very current kind of trap hip-hop production to some degree, with some sounds that you don't really hear. You know, we didn't use anything factory. All the sounds were changed up and tripped out a little bit, you know. If you hear like the synths and the analog synths and stuff we use. So that was kind of the creative process on that.
Most definitely. Man, and that's a great mixture of genres. It's like Pop Rocks and Coca-Cola. A world of fun. So,
hey, it's Cozmic. I'm back.
All right, man. So, I don't normally joke, like, during the interviews, but I was like, I'm going to try jokes, you know? And you, like, hung up mid-joke. I like this guy, Cozmic, come in with his big sounds and just hang up, you know, during my joke. But
that was a good one. Good kick save.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah. Glad to be back.
Most definitely. So, like, New York produced a lot of recognizable music acts, primarily in pop, alternative, hip-hop, and rock. Do you feel a sense of separation from other acts that are from New York?
I do. I think part of it is because the bi-coastal nature of my background, just kind of like growing up in Cali, Southern California, LA, Malibu area, Venice Beach, and then spending time in New York. I feel like my music has a little bit of both coasts. You know, it's a little bit of a mixture. So you get some of that, you know, grit from the East Coast, production that's not like overcrowded. Most of my songs, I try not to overcrowd the production, you know, keep it a little simpler. You know, just really hard-hitting drum sounds on a lot of it. Some of that, you know, and that's kind of like my Brooklyn background. And then, but then the vocals, you know, and the melodies and the harmonies have this smoother quality to it, and this laid-backness, you know, and the tonality and stuff like that. So I think I do, it does come, it's subtle, but I think there's kind of a mixture of you know, East Coast and West Coast in my music, which I like. I think it's a little different.
Yeah. Okay. Most definitely. So we're curious to know if you feel like there is anyone really doing what you are doing with music, and it doesn't necessarily have to be territorial, but like for a tour match, you know, who would be like some perfect acts to ride along with Cozmic? Yeah,
that's a great question. You know, my music does kind of go across a gamut. Like I'll be rocking out like a ballad and then going to something that's way more dancey to something that's got a hip-hop beat. So it is kind of a little bit eclectic in that way. I think good matches for touring would be artists like Bryce Vine, Bozzy, Max Schneider, artists who are kind of like similar in their own way. They're pop, but they got a little twist on the pop, and then and then even just really mainstream pop artists that are out there that that I respect and respect my music would be a fun match, as well. And even some of the female artists like Camila Cabello, I think is amazing. She's got such a great voice, and songs are really well crafted. I have a lot of respect for her. And it could even go into like Ryan Tedder, One Republic land a little bit too. I think he's a brilliant producer and such a great band. Julia Michaels, another good example. Billie Eilish, obviously everyone's talking about her right now.
Number one.
Talk of the town, yeah. But that's a good pairing too, because it's the same kind of thing where it's like, her stuff might be a little darker than some of the stuff I'm doing, but again, it's like surfing that line between pop and indie, and I think that's a good fit. Or even Post Malone, for that matter. I mean, he's mixing up genres. His music's very different than what I do, but I think the crowd would be similar, and the audience would appreciate what I'm doing. And I'd love to open up for someone more classic, even like Justin Timberlake. I think he's somewhat timeless, and his audience would love, I think, the Cozmic stuff, because I do have a little bit of a nod to early 2000s and some of the stuff and things like that.
Yeah. All great artists.
Yeah.
Well, guys, are you ready for some music? Because I am ready to rock your world. Well, Cozmic is ready to rock your world. I'm not doing anything. Just twiddling thumbs here. But we have his song, Can I Be the One? And we'll be right back.
She was once an angel, got her heart broken in two. Now she do the same to every lover she seduced. So I asked my friends, and here's what they said: you better stay the fuck away. But I don't really care, cause I know what I wanna do. They all say that nobody can tame her. They all say that no one can escape her. And if you fall, that nobody can save you. But I don't ever listen, cause I know I can be the one. But I kinda like the heat. I know what she's missing, so she don't want me to leave. And I tell myself I don't need help when we're dancing face to face. Cause she looks at me different, like she just wants something real. They all say that nobody can tame her. They all say that no one can escape her. And if you fall, that nobody can save you. But I don't ever listen, cause I know I can be the one, I can be the one, I can be the one she needs. I can be the one, I can be the one, she can't get enough of me. Maybe she's misunderstood, nobody love her this good. So I can be the one, I can be the one. She broke 1,000,000 hearts, now she got her arms around me. She got 1,000,000 scars, hiding from everyone but me. And they all say that nobody can tame her. They all say that no one can escape her. And if you fall, then nobody can save you. But I don't ever listen, cause I know I can be the one, I can be the one, I can be the one she needs. I can be the one, I can be the one, she can't get enough of me. Maybe she's misunderstood.
All right, guys, and we are back. again, that was Cozmic with his song, Can I Be the One? That is a dope record. This is what I did while the song was playing. I hope you guys do the same. I added it to my Spotify, so check that out right now. There's this daily playlist that I play every single day before I know I head out on the town. And yeah, so I added it to that. That's my personal list. It's also shareable, you know, to you guys as well. I know a lot of you guys listen to that list as well. And I'm sorry, it's actually I Can Be the One, not Can I Be the One. I'm trying to get my Mac on. Is somebody out there? Can I be the one? Yeah, you know. Can I be the one? You know, but anyway, yeah, that's a dope record, and I do encourage you guys to go at it right now. We do have the links in the description of this episode. Man, it's going to be one of my favorite things to listen to in the morning. Yeah, I mean, I can take over the world of girls in that aspect. Listen to this track. Actually, I'm going to have to edit that part out. I actually have a girlfriend, and if she hears this, I'm dead. There'll be no more Vigilantes Radio. So, no worries, she's not listening right now. I know this to be true, so this part won't be in the interview. If it does, I maybe forgot. But, listen, guys, all jokes aside, I need you to shine your light. If the world around you seems too hectic and frenzied, be calm, peaceful, and patient. If the world around you seems too greedy and selfish, that's the time to be loving, giving, and sincerely compassionate. If the world around you seems too confused and aimless, try to be focused and purposeful. The world outside reflects back to you the energy that you give it. If you don't like what you see, you have every opportunity to change it by changing the way you are. Oh yeah. When you are a beacon in the darkness, your light will shine for a long, long way. Now, I will say, this is my disclaimer, you have to be careful being a beacon in the darkness because all light attracts things of the night, like moths, and other little bugs and creatures, and, you know, so be aware of that. But you're the difference that makes the difference, you know. Your efforts, you know, will bring abundant fruit. And then you can share with me and Cozmic because he's a vegan and I'm an ex-vegan, you know. If things around you seem to be at their worst, that's when you can accomplish the most. Shine your positive light in the face of negativity and you will change your world. And if your world changed, then the things around you change. So take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond. But for right now, let's bring back the man of the moment, Cozmic. Sup, dude? Let everybody know where they can connect with you online.
Sure. So on Instagram, I'm at IamCozmic, and that's with a Z. So IamCozmic. That's Instagram. On Spotify, you can just search Cozmic with a Z, and it should come up. There is another Cozmic, but you could just look at both of us. He's cool too. So check it out on Spotify and YouTube as well. You can just search Cozmic with a Z. And yeah, I'm everywhere. So iTunes, Amazon, wherever you listen to your music. And so great to connect. And thanks for sending that out, Dini, and getting the word out. Because I'm just at that point where looking to build friends and connections with people and share the music with more and more people.
Most definitely. Oh, we're friends now? Oh, wow, man. You're definitely getting a hot dog. two hot dogs, yeah.
Veggie dog, remember?
Right. Yeah. Definitely. So, yeah, I did see that other Cozmic, and I was like, wait, which one? The guy with the dreads or this guy with the cool hair?
Yeah, I had dreads at one point, but not anymore. What? Now I've got the blonde hair on top.
What happened to the dreads, man?
It was a while ago. A while ago, yeah.
I'm Jamaican, so, dreads kind of excite me. I don't know why. Even though I don't have dreads anymore. I don't have dreads anymore. I'm rocking the ball. Yeah, but
nice.
Dreads are cool. But the hair you have now is cool, too. The blonde. And,
it's fun.
Yeah. You definitely look cosmic, Like,
that's right.
Like you search the galaxies on a daily basis.
I do.
That's cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I definitely appreciated you, man, for coming on the show and chatting with old Dini and sharing your wonderful music with us. And I wish you much success in the future, man. What about shows? What do you have coming up?
I don't have anything booked yet. I've still been kind of head down in the studio working on a bunch of new material and releasing new singles. So I'll have new singles coming out the rest of this year, a few more. Some with some features with other artists, which is kind of fun. So I've been doing some collaborations, and but I definitely in 2020 I'll be doing shows. So we're still ironing that out with my team. Awesome. But I love playing live. That's one of my favorite things to do because I grew up in bands and touring college campuses and festivals. So it's definitely something that I really enjoy, and I'm looking to bring this stuff together in a live format in a really fun way with like a drummer and a guitarist and fun stuff. So it's gonna be a cool live show in 2020.
Most definitely. All right, Cozmic, my new friend. Enjoy your night, man, and once again, thank you so much for being rad and cool and making awesome sonic adventures in your music.
Thank you, and thanks for everything you do in the show and the positive energy and what you guys do. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, man. Have a blessed
Alrighty.
night.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website, and that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the number one rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.